families. My name is Holly Compton, and I am the TK to 6th grade math TOSA in Manhattan Beach. And today we're going to start our lesson with a number talk. And remember, a number talk is done mentally. So there's no paper, there's no tools that a student is going to use. So the first part of this lesson is going to be for the adults. I'm going to walk through some of the strategies that your child may use in solving. And then the second part will be for your child. Okay, so today's story problem that we have is an equal share story problem, which means they're actually going to be working on division. Now, students do know how to divide in first grade and in kindergarten because they know how to fair share or share fairly. So that is the problem type that we're going to be doing today, and we want to let the children really draw on the knowledge of sharing fairly in real life when they're solving these problems today. So today when we do a number talk, we're going to start with 20 minus 5, and we're going to get 15, and then our next thing we're going to do is 15 minus 5. So basically it's repeatedly subtracting from that 20. All right, so my first question is going to be, like I said, 20 minus 5. And your kid might say, I used my fingers and my toes and I took off 5 and I had 15 left. They may say something like that. If they do, this is how we would be thinking about it. Drawing out those fingers and toes, nothing fancy. But remember, this is still mental math, and then taking away 1. So 15 is left. Another way they might think about it is on a number line. So they might say, oh, I know if I have 20 here, and the 20 would be on this side of the number line because we count going this way. And they took off one big hop of 5. They'd know that they would land on 15. Some kids might say, I used a number line, but they may have counted back by 1. So it would be, instead of that one big hop, they would say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hops. And so they would be counting back 19, 18, 17, 16, landed on 15. And then some kids may actually say, well, 5 plus what makes 20? And some kids might say, okay, I know 5 plus 15 makes 20. So these are 3 different ways that a child might approach 20 minus 5 mentally. So remember, this is mental math, and we want them to use their brains flexibly to think about how they would solve a problem. All right, so then they know 20 minus 5 is 15. The next thing I'm going to ask is 15 minus 5. So 15 minus 5, and they're going to say, wait a minute, that one was the answer. We had 15 as the answer there. So then they might say, well, if we had 20 minus 5 and we got 15, I'm just going to take off 5 more, and I'm going to end at 10. So 10 would be my answer. So maybe they would approach it that way. Or maybe they would say, well, I know 5 plus what makes 15, and they would probably say 10. Or they might even say something like, I know on the 120 chart, this is what it looks like. If I have 15, if I start at 15 and I take off 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would land on the 10. So just have to wait and see what the kids say. And then the next thing is 10 minus 5. And that obviously is 5, and they're probably going to know that, and they're probably just going to say, 10 minus 5 is 5, and I just know that. So, and that's okay. That's a known fact. That's what we call them. They might also realize that this is the same as, this whole thing is the same as 20 minus 5, minus 5 more, minus 5 more, which would be 5. That would be kind of like a little bonus. Maybe they would recognize that because 1, 2, 3, 4 5s makes 20. So 5, 10, 15, 20, that makes 20, right? So 20 minus 5 minus 5 minus 5 minus 5 is 5. All right, so then after we do the number talk, we're going to work on our story problem, which is here today. It's all about jelly beans. And the story is students in a first grade classroom wanted to share some jelly beans. So remember, this is an equal share problem. There were jelly beans and students. How many jelly beans will each student get? I'm going to show you the easiest number, or excuse me, not the easiest number set, but the first number set I'm going to show them. So 20 and 4 is the first choice. And remember, we want to ask our kids, what do you already know about this story? Oh, well, we know that there are students in a first grade classroom, and we know they're going to be sharing, and everybody wants the same amount. Okay, so we're going to be talking about that with our kids. And then we're going to find out that there were 20 jelly beans and 4 students. It is very likely that some kids may draw out 4 students. They may even draw hair and eyes. Doesn't matter. Let them do it. Make it fun. All right, and then they'll probably pass out 20 jelly beans. So they'll probably do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then say, oh, each kid's going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jelly beans. They may do it that way. That is kind of like in real life when they're learning how to share, they go 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you, right? So you can kind of imagine them solving that way. Some other kids may actually try out guessing a number. So they might try passing out 10, and they go 10, excuse me, let me get rid of that for a second, 10, 20, 30, 40, and oh, wait a minute, that's past 20, so it's going to be less than 10. So a good question to ask them would be, would it be more than 10 or less than 10 that's going to go in there? More than 2 or less than 2? So they're going to figure out it's more than 2 but less than 2. And then maybe some kids will actually try just putting 5s in there. 5, 10, 15, 20. And they'll say, oh, each kid gets 5 jelly beans. All right. So it's time to go get the kids, and I'm going to do the number talk and the story problem with them. All right, ready? See you in a bit. Hey kids, it's Mrs. Compton. I'm happy to have you back. I hope you had a great spring break. And today we're going to start off with a number talk. Remember, a number talk happens right here in your brain, so no paper. We're going to use our brains flexibly because remember, they're like a muscle. All right, so the first question for you in our number talk today is this. What is 20 minus 5? Now remember, we're going to put our hands to our hearts. This is like our heart sign, and you're going to think, how might I solve this? Ooh, I have one way, and then could you think of an even better way? Try giving me another way that you might solve, and then you can show me 2 ways, and so on. All right, ready? 20 minus 5. You have one way? Show me one way. 2 ways. Okay, on the count of 3, are you ready? Everybody's going to tell me. 1, 2, 3, tell me. Did I hear 15? I think I did. All right, so 20 minus 5, I'm hearing 15, and I'm going to guess some strategies out there. Now, I'm going to guess some of you probably thought about fingers and toes. You have 10 fingers, 10 toes. Together, that makes 20, and then you would take off one hand, and there would be 15 left. So I'm going to guess some of you thought about that in your head. I'm also going to guess that some of you probably thought about a number line. 20 minus one big hop of 5 would be 15. All right, here's the next one. Are you ready? -5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, tell me. What'd you get, 10? I could hear it all the way from my house. Quit yelling at me, you guys. Oh my gosh, you're loud. All right, 15 minus 5 is 10. And I bet a lot of you probably even thought about, in class, our 120 chart. Maybe you even just remembered that 15 minus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would give us 10. Or maybe you even thought about 5 plus 10 would give us 15. Maybe some of you thought about it like that. Maybe some of you even thought, hey, that number line started at 20, took off 5, and we got 15. And then that was our starting number. We took off 5 more. And now we're at 10. All right, guess what my next question's going to be? Bet you can't guess. Did you get it right? Well, you don't know yet. I'm going to tell you. Okay, here it is. 10 minus 5 equals 1, 2, 3, tell me. You got it. 10 minus 5 is 5. And I bet a lot of you are probably just like, Mrs. Compton, I knew that one. Or maybe you thought about this one. 20 minus 5 was 15. Minus 5 more was 10. Minus 5 more is 5. Did you notice that we started at 20? We took off 5. We took off 5. We took off 5. And we ended at 5. Ah! Yeah. All right. So, are you guys ready to hear the story problem today? Okay, today our story problem is all about jelly beans. Let's hope that you guys didn't eat too many of those jelly beans over break. Let's see. Bet you had some stomach aches going on over break from all the candy and the treats we loaded up on. Okay, so today's story problem is all about jelly beans. Are you ready to see it? Okay, here it comes. Jelly beans. All right, students, read it with me. Ready? Students in a first grade classroom wanted to share some jelly beans. There were jelly beans and students. How many jelly beans will each student get? Okay, so let's figure out what our just right number sets are. You might choose 20 and 4. Or you might choose 60 and 6. Or you might choose 120 and 12. Or you might choose, try one of the other ones first. This is like a bonus one. 490 and 14. All right, so choose one of these 3 first, and then maybe choose this one if you want to give yourself a big, big bonus. Okay, so let's say I choose this one. I have to put my first sticker on the first line and my second sticker on the second line. And then I want to ask myself, what do I know for sure? So what do you know for sure in the story? Let's read it again. Students in a first grade classroom wanted to share some jelly beans. Okay, so we know that they're going to be sharing with some friends, okay? All right, there were 20 jelly beans. Okay, 20 jelly beans. Ooh, and it's just 4 students who are going to share. All right, and we're trying to figure out how many jelly beans each student might get if they have an equal share. All right, so choose your just right number set and follow your teacher's instructions on turning this in. All right, good to see you. I'll be back soon. All right, have a great rest of your day. Bye.